Hi everyone, thank you Ankit. Thank you for having me here. It's great honor and pleasure to be with you here. Good morning if you are in the United States region, and good afternoon to you if you're in Europe, and good evening or good night to you if you're in Asia. So I'm really happy today to be connected with all of you and to talk about building creative human capital in three pillars: creativity crash course for the future of HR. My name is Dickson Tang. Thank you for joining me today. Now you may be wondering, hey, why I put together this session. Right? So basically, this session is to help you transform your HR team from a process-driven model to a more future possibility-driven model. So you may be wondering, hey, how you can ensure that your HR team, right, is creative and open to changes. So how you can do that, right? So you can use what I call the 3I model. So later on, I will share with you a bit more about the 3I model. And exactly what you get, so thank you for joining right now. Exactly what you get, I will talk to you a little bit about, okay, what is creative human capital and why this is your top HR agenda. And also I will share with you how you can transform your HR team right towards the future with creativity. And I will also share with you a simple but effective methodology called the 3I model. And then I will also share with you some examples how creativity and HR can blend together. So a little bit of who I am, right? Who is Dickson? Who's this fellow? Okay, I'm based in Singapore. I'm a keynote speaker, author, and facilitator. And I'm the author of this book, Leadership for Future of Work, 9 Ways to Build Career Edge Over Robots with Human Creativity. So this is a copy of my book. And so I work with different companies, help them to improve their operations. And in terms of my social media presence, you can find me on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. I'm also, of course, very active on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and so on and so forth. Right? So I'm based in Singapore. And for today's session is more about ideas and inspiration. Right? Today's session is not about direct solution. Right? So I just want to set your expectation right. So today is more about idea sharing. Now, why am I so passionate about this topic, creativity or creative human capital? Actually, a couple years ago in 2017, I was reading some articles about this future of work, and I came across this gentleman called Mr. Tom Kai-Ming, a global advertising executive. Right? He said, "We are all born creative. We just got it educated out of us. We are all born creative. We just got it educated out of us." The moment I saw it, right, it's so true because me being an Asian, I grew up in Hong Kong. Now I live and based in Singapore. I went through the education system. The traditional education system never teach us to be creative. But future of work with AI automation coming in, right, we need creativity. So there's a big gap. So the moment I saw this quote, I told myself, hey, Dickson, you got to do something. And then I decided to sit down and write a book. Right? 9 months later, my book was on Amazon and also on different retail bookshops. And so what am I doing right now is I am doing work with individuals as well as with corporates, trying to promote the concept of creative human capital. And so I spoke at different conferences, HR conferences, and I also run a YouTube channel. Right? So every week I put up new content on my YouTube channel, and this is my QR code. So if you like, you can go and check out my YouTube channel. Right? So later on, I can put that into the LinkedIn Live session as well. Okay, so why creativity is important, right? Couple reasons, right? Reason number one is LinkedIn, according to LinkedIn, right, it said it is one of the top 5 soft skills, right? It is the most important soft skill. It is about creativity. So that means if your organization, if your HR team is not paying enough attention to creativity, time for you to do some catch up. And another point why creativity is important, I want to share with you something from Dr. Li Kai-Fu, a former Google executive and AI expert. In one of his TED Talk, right, he talked about the 5 types of job, right, subject to AI disruption. Complex types of job and creative type of job, right, will be least likely to be disrupted by AI. Now, you may be wondering, hey, Dickson, where is the HR, right? Where is HR, right? It seems that like CEO is there, artist is there. Where is HR, right? On that video, right, HR is, he didn't specifically mention HR, but what you can do as HR leader is you can automate and delegate and most of the programmable structured tasks, right, from your HR function, automate and delegate it out. And then what you need to do is, as an HR leader, focus on building your team, focus on building the ideas in your team. So that's something you need to do. And then, now, although LinkedIn told us about the importance of creativity, Dr. Li Kai-Fu told us about the importance of creativity. As a curious keynote speaker, I always want to go out and do some research. So I actually, in last year, I managed to survey about 100 university students in Singapore. I asked them 3 questions. So number 1, do you think creativity is important for your future career, right? 1 to 10. And number 2, right? Do you think university education is preparing you enough, right, to be creative? Right? 1 to 10. And then last question is, how easy for you to find local resources to learn creativity? Right? 1 to 10. So would you like to know the result? If yes, can you type in the LinkedIn comment yes? I'm going to review it to you shortly. So let me, okay, yes. So let me check my LinkedIn. Okay, yeah, okay. So I see some good response here. So what happened is, in terms of the result, right, I talked to a survey about 100 university students, right? In terms of the importance of creativity towards the future, 8.3 out of 10. That means for university students, they think creativity is important for their future career, 8.3 out of 10. Now, how about the current university education? Are they preparing them to be creative? Okay, 6 out of 10. Can they find local resources to learn creativity? Only 4.9 out of 10. So there's a big gap here, right? In terms of, like, there's a big gap here, right? We need to address. Okay. Now you may be wondering, hey, we are HR professional. We are not university student. Why do we need to care about this gap? But the reality is, this group of university students, they will be entering to your workplace in 2 or 3 years' time. So that means future requires creativity, but the university students, right, your future talent, they are not ready. So that's why there's a big gap. All of us, I need to address, right? You as HR leader, me as a keynote speaker, so we need to address this. And so what I would suggest is, in your next HR conference or HR team leadership retreat or whatever, try to share with your HR team, right, why future needs creativity and why we are not ready, and how are you going to address that gap. Now, some of you ask me, how do you define creativity, Dickson? Okay, so different people define creativity differently, but for me, I look at it from this ideas fluency level, right? How fluent you are with ideas, the way you are fluent with English, the idea, the way you fluent with a foreign language like Spanish and so on and so forth. So altogether, there are 4 levels. The first level is what I call stuck. Right? Stuck means you have no ideas. Right? When your boss asks you, hey, what do you think? Then you tend to look away from your boss and you tend to look down onto the floor. Right? You know you are in level 1. That means you have no ideas.
I cannot see my calendar right now.
Okay. Well, you are in my text.
Level 2, which is what I call the opaque. Opaque means like you have some limited idea. Right? You are not too sure. You have some ideas, but not too sure. You don't want to share. Right? This is the second level. The third level is what I call flow, right? Flow means you have a lot of ideas, but you don't know how to prioritize the ideas. Level 4 is what I call thrive, right? Thrive means you pick 1 or 2 ideas and you go execute, you go implement, and then you try to see if these ideas work. Right? So this is the level 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Level 1, 2, 3, 4. So right now I want to ask you guys a question, right? For yourself, right? For yourself, you as an individual, which level you are in, right? Can you type in level 1, 2, 3, 4? Right? Can you type in me 1 or me 2 or me 3 or me 4? Right? So I want to know where are you right now, right? So you can type in me, right? Level 1 or me, level 2 or me, level 3, and so on and so forth. Okay, so feel free to type in, right? Where are you right now, right? So you can type it in the LinkedIn chat. And also, right, if you want to, right, to take this to the next level, you can talk about your team, right, your HR team, right, where are they, right? So we can say day level 1 or day level 2, day level 3 or day level 4, right? So you can type it in into LinkedIn Live if you want to. So how you can move yourself and also your HR team, right, from level 1 all the way to level 4, right? You can use the 3I model, right, that I have developed in my book. Okay, so the 3I model basically is about individual mindset, infrastructure, and ideas. So let me go through this one by one with you. Individual mindset, right, meaning that you need to activate the creative individual mindset or trapped in your team. So let me ask you this question, right? What is this place, right? Based on this picture, what is this place? You can type it in the chat if you want to. Okay, some people say it's a church, it's a museum. Okay. Actually, this is a data center in Barcelona, right? Barcelona supercomputer. Some people say, hey, what? It cannot be, right? It cannot be a data center. Yes, it's a data center. So next one, what is this place? So you can type it in the chat if you want to. So what is this place? This is actually a bank, right, in Oregon, in US. Right? You are saying, what? It can't be a bank. Right? Yes, this is a bank. So next one, right? Next one. What is this place? So some people say, okay, this is a yacht, right? This is a cruise. But actually, this is a co-working space. What? Yes, this is a co-working space operating from the ocean. So what you can do, right, to educate your team, right, to get them to be more creative, is to activate their creative individual mindset, right? Get them to stop saying cannot, start saying why not, right? Stop saying cannot, start saying why not, right? This is what you can do, right, to activate their creative individual mindset. Then how about the second one, right? Second I, right, is what I call the infrastructure, right? By saying infrastructure, what I mean is the way you do things, right? Your processes in your HR department, right? So be creative in your HR processes. So let me ask you a question, right? If you need to recruit, okay, skilled car mechanics, right? Let's say you work in this automobile company, right? You need to recruit skilled car mechanic. What will you do? So most of you will say, oh, okay, I want to recruit by posting on LinkedIn, post it on maybe like Facebook, job board, and so on and so forth, right? But let me share with you this case study, right, from Germany. Right? So this HR director in Germany, they need to recruit skilled car mechanic. Instead of you doing the normal method of advertising on the job board, they actually ask the HR team, right, to go find some damaged car, right, with a 14 engine. Right? So they go to get some second-hand car with a 40 engine, and then after that, right, they print out the job advertisement, right, the recruitment ad for the skilled car mechanics, and then they roll it and fold it and put it into the damaged car engine, and then after that, they send the damaged cars, right, to all the different car repair workshops across Germany. As you can see, right, what's the result? The result is the recruitment ROI. It is 100%. Why? Because once the car mechanic open up the engine, the job advertisement just drop right in front of the car mechanic. So 100% reach, right? The job at exactly the right place, right? So this is how you can build your creative human capital, right? By building your creative infrastructure, right? Being creative in the way you do things. So what can we learn from here, right? Is to stop focusing on the content, right? Focus on the bigger context, right? Stop thinking about the HR task of recruitment, the task of engagement, the task of acquisition, but it's focusing on the bigger picture. Right? So it's not about the recruiting, but it's about the audience fit. Right? Look at the bigger picture. Then the third method, right? What's the third method that you can build creative human capital is what I call ideas, right? Ideas. Ideas means you need to get your team, right, to be very comfortable generating ideas, working with ideas. So in my book, I talk about 11 ways you can work with ideas. But today, I just want to share with you one simple method that you can share and generate ideas. I call it the combination method. Combination method means A plus B equals C, right? A, in this case, is cherry plus B, which is a can of Coke, right? You will have C. So cherry plus Coke, you will have cherry Coke, okay? And let's say this is a like a staff gathering, right? Staff gathering and team bonding, right? Staff gathering and team bonding, right? So if you combine a staff gathering and team bonding, so you may come up with a new ideas, a new learning and engagement ideas, call this like Friday 15. Right? Friday 15 is actually a weekly learning and engagement activity, right, by this company called Sherp.com, right, which is a product design company in Silicon Valley. So every Friday, they gather their team together for 15 minutes, have some drinks, at the same time have some games, right, to cultivate the team's creativity and engagement. So this is the ideas, okay? Now, of course, in order to generate ideas, right, you need to bring your group together. You need to organize yourself in a group, right? Be it a face-to-face or virtual ideation session, right? So that proved to be more effective. Right? If you think by yourself, right, it's just a bit hard, right? So in summary, right, these are the 3I model. Individual mindset, right? Stop saying cannot, start saying why not. Infrastructure, right? Ask your team not to focus on the task, but look at the bigger picture. And ideas, right? Help your team to generate and share ideas. So this is the 3I model that you can use as a starting point to build creative human capital. Now, for today, what I have shared with you, right, the 3I model is actually a small part of a bigger framework that I put in my book. And I'm happy to share with you some additional resources if this is something of your interest. So I've prepared a skill matrix map, some planning checklists, and some creative HR practices for you. So if you like, you can scan this QR code, or you can click this link. Perhaps I stop here for 1 minute. And after that, right, I will proceed to do my conclusion, right? So right now I stop here temporarily for 1 minute. So let me also type it in the LinkedIn Live, right? So that you can get the resources.
Dickson, just in case, we can share the resources with them later on today, so that if you want to move on to the resources.
Sure. Okay. Fantastic. So so what I will do is I will just proceed, right, to the summary session. Right? So basically, for the HR team, right now we are in this like a coronavirus situation, right? So actually, you can use this crisis, right, to drive changes towards the future. Right? So how you can drive changes is make sure that your HR team is creative and open-minded enough. And of course, you may want to like move them, right, from the bottom of this like ideas pyramid, right, to the upper part. So how can you do that, right? You can use the 3I model I shared with you just now. to get it a start, right? Share with your HR team and share with your team in your upcoming HR team meeting. So with that, right, that wraps up my sessions today. Happy to connect with all of you over LinkedIn or YouTube and other social media. And once again, this is Dickson Tang from Singapore. Thank you so much for all of you for joining today. Thank you.